Stephen A. Smith just got on his podcast and responded, I want to say again, because this is not the first time, this might be the third time he does it, to Dan's Levitt, all comments stating that him and Skip Bayless changed the sports debates world forever, and not for the best, but for the worst. So before we go too far, take a listen to what Stephen A. had to say, but please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Get on me for mistakes that I've made in the past, fine. I've made stupid mistakes in the past. I didn't articulate and enunciate my words with the clarity that it deserved regarding Ray Rice. Shohei Ohtani, that was just an embarrassing take on my part. And I deserve to be vilified for it, because even though I meant something totally different, it's my responsibility to step up and articulate whatever message I want to disseminate in a proper fashion. You want to get on Skip Bayless for his position about Dak Prescott and mental illness, or Tim Tebow, or whatever position he took in the immediate aftermath of Damar Hamlin, that's fine. But this notion that all of a sudden the industry of sports journalism has been so sullied to the point where it's almost irreparable and it's our fault, pisses me off. It's a lie. It's not factually correct. It's utter bullshit. So what? Shannon and Skip were passionate. So what? We're talking sport.
All right, so y'all heard what Stephen had to say, and I guess shout out to him for taking accountability for his mistakes and everything, because he wasn't asked to do that. So I'll give him credit in that way. I'll also give him credit in the sense that, in my opinion, him and Skip Bayless, by changing the sports world, moving towards debating rather than just covering sport as news, changed the game for the better in that aspect. By the creation of narratives, you just involve more fans. I feel like ever since Stephen A. and Skip just got on TV and started really arguing about what's at stake about the game and not just about what's the game, a lot of people felt way more connected. I believe they were able to generate more anticipation around the game, which ultimately, even for the players, results in more money, because more involvement equals more watching time and all that stuff. So I will give them credit for that point. The other part is that, yeah, they did change the game, and for the worse in that aspect, because their job is to go out there and critique what they saw. That's it. At what cost, though? When I mean at what cost is that it feels like sometimes in order to get market shares, get viewers time, they want to be as entertaining as possible, which in principle is not bad, right? Because you don't want to be bored while you watch something on TV. However, you got to keep your stuff factual, man. When you go out there, and he brought up Skip, so I'll go to Skip, for example. When you go out there, you cover the Lakers with the Russell Westbrook era. I expect you to call it like you see it, meaning that Russell Westbrook, he was bad, very bad for the Lakers, in my opinion. So I had no problem with Shannon Sharp coming on TV and being super harsh about Westbrook's game, because this is how he truly felt about what he saw. No problem with that whatsoever. Here's the problem. When Skip Bayless goes out there, makes it look like he's a bad teammate, although I have never heard a single player not speak about Russell Westbrook as a teammate in the highest marks. I've never heard that. So, but Skip Bayless would get on there and spin everything that Westbrook would do. Like, yeah, when Westbrook would sit right next to LeBron saying that he's pouting, he doesn't want to do this, doesn't want to do that, all that stuff. So you got that. Then obviously the Westbrook stuff. Then the blooper reels, which is unnecessary, and let's keep it honest, you can do that about anyone else on TV. So by those three things, you pretty much affected this man's value so much that he became untradeable. This is what they did. A lot of people were even saying that the man would be out of the league. And all of this, in my opinion, starts when Skip Bayless goes on TV and just kills Russell Westbrook every day. And for a guy like Stephen A., it's a lot of instances as well. Kyrie Irving, why would you cover the man like that? Why would you come at him every time, every single thing he does? Why every time now that his name comes up, you have to remind us that he's not to be trusted? It was okay when you said it in context, like after he misses a game, if you want to go out there and say that stuff, okay. But now every time Kyrie's name comes up, he has to make that big rant saying how spectacular he is, but that he wouldn't pay him more than a year at a time. Every time. Why are you doing that? You see, like this is how you actually affect these people's lives. You affect these people's money. Some people, Stephen A is such a big voice in sports media that by him saying stuff like this, some people may actually look at him and be like, yeah, he's right. And Stephen A said it. Stephen A has sources. Stephen A knows what he's talking about. So let me listen to him. That might happen. The Lonzo stuff that just happened about his health, when you go out there and you spread misinformation about his health, if Lonzo doesn't check you, now the whole narrative is that Lonzo can't get up out of the chair, that it's over for him. And he might get traded, he might get cut out of the league. All type of stuff could have happened if Lonzo doesn't check him. And the list goes on and on and on and on about these type of situations with Skip and Stephen A. Smith. So I'm not even going to list all of them. You guys can do that in the comments, but y'all get my point. Anyway, we're going to close the video right here. Appreciate you guys for checking me out. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.